Once upon a time, in the quaint little town of Humbleton, there lived a boy named Billy. Billy was known far and wide for his talent in juggling. From oranges to books, and even his pet cat Leo. Though Leo wasn't too pleased, Billy could juggle nearly anything. But Billy had one tiny flaw. He loved to show off. Every time he learned a new juggling trick, he'd run to the town square to boast about it. Gather around, one and all. Watch as the amazing Billy performs a juggling feat like none have ever seen, he'd proclaim as his audience gathered. Over time, Billy's constant need for attention began to annoy the townsfolk. Children who once clapped in awe when Billy juggled were now rolling their eyes. Even the adults would rather tend to their gardens or knit a sweater than watch Billy's endless exhibitions. One sunny afternoon, Billy heard about a grand fair that was coming to town. The fair was where everyone showcased their best talents. The most impressive performance would win a shiny golden trophy, something Billy desired greatly. This is my chance, thought Billy, his eyes gleaming with dreams of admiration and applause. On the day of the fair, Billy woke up at dawn, practicing fervently. He tried juggling faster and even attempted to throw in some somersaults. By noon, he felt ready, confident that he would dazzle the audience like never before. As Billy stepped onto the stage that evening, his heart was racing. The spotlights were on him, and the air buzzed with excitement. He began with his signature tricks, and as he did, he could hear the crowd's murmurs and claps. But Billy thought, I need to make this unforgettable. Reaching for a nearby stand, Billy grabbed 5 brightly colored pins. Watch as the fabulous Billy juggles with 5 pins, he shouted. The crowd gasped, whispering amongst themselves. As Billy threw the first few pins into the air, it was clear that he had taken on more than he could handle. He felt his concentration wane as the pins flew chaotically. One by one, the pins started to fall, making a clattering noise as they hit the ground. The noise grew, along with a chorus of startled gasps from the audience. Suddenly, one pin flew a little too high and landed right on top of a towering sculpture of a knight, which wobbled precariously before toppling over, narrowly missing a group of spectators. Embarrassed, Billy hung his head. An old wise man from the audience approached him gently, placing a hand on his shoulder. Billy, he whispered softly, a true performer finds joy in their craft, not in the praise it gets. Skill should be shared, not shown off. With humility seeping into his flushed cheeks, Billy nodded. I understand, he replied, humbled by the experience. From that day onward, Billy practiced juggling not for the applause, but because he loved making others smile. Over time, he found new and creative ways to incorporate juggling into the town's festivals and events, always delighting the townsfolk with his genuine heart and passion. And thus, old and young alike remembered him not as Billy the Boastful, but as Billy the Joyful Juggler, who learned that true talent shines brightest when shared with love, not pride.